Purple drink in my gold cup. I've got the rap game sewed up. Go figure. Today they did the first preview for Shard Dungeons. By the way, what's up, y'all? They did the first preview for Shard Dungeons, which come out on Friday, and it is looking pretty darn interesting. So, the way it's effectively going to work is you do a dungeon in Tradu. You're guaranteed a drop of a, what are they calling them? A shard, I guess. So you're guaranteed a shard drop, and with that shard drop, what am I going to do in here? Some stuff I needed to do. With that shard drop, you can then take one shard and use it for an entire party to open up a shard dungeon. And basically the way it works is you're going to be going up through levels of difficulty. So you start at a shard dungeon level 1 and it goes all the way up to level 10. So how it works is when you complete a shard dungeon level 1, you can keep going to try and get to the next level. And on the next level, it's going to be more difficult, but you'll have a chance of better gear, like legitimately better, like in terms of the stats on it. So all the way up to level 10. So I think it starts at like level 20.1. So like Tradu gear is like level, I think that's what it starts at, something like that. Maybe this is 20.1 and then it starts like it goes above that for level 1. But anyways, basically level 1 is going to be better than this, and then Shard Dungeon level 2 will be better than that, and so on and so forth all the way down. All right, so let's check if I sold anything. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Friday is going to be really good. This whole weekend is basically going to be based around doing those Shard Dungeons, which should be really fun. And I think it should be pretty easy to get groups together for Shard Dungeons because you won't even really need anything. Oh, okay. So I think I need to buy healing potion to see. Yeah, so I sold something for $1,000. Would have been, I guess, an aged fish scent attractor. Very cool. Already just rolling in the dough. Or maybe I guess it might have been two smaller things. I'm not too sure. I guess I could have sold. No, I only had one of those body lantern potions. Runesmith sight potion, I think I only had one of those. What else could I have sold for that price? Maybe a cream dye and something else? I don't know. It seems like what I sold, though, is an aged fish scent attractor. So that is cool. Already making that dram. What a time to be alive. I think I'm going to start with doing just a little bit of fishing. I need to make a few more lures. And then we'll get going on this. I might head straight out to Lamavora, and I need to catch a little bit of axolotl, and I need to catch some ridgeback too, so maybe I'll go to the desert, because I can have a chance at catching both there. Whoa, where did my hand go? Where's my hand? What the hell? There we go. I just had to hit the grip button and I guess it showed back up. So maybe I'll take out. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna bring this. See, I have these different eyeworm lures that I might as well use. They were experimental ones, but the the eyeworm is the important part of them for catching sharks, so I might as well utilize that. Okay, cool. So I've got a few eyeworm lures. That's gonna get me the sharks. Need bloody flesh and large minnow. I think minnows are the important part of that one, but let's see what else we got. Let's try that one. Actually, minnow and rotten finger is probably a pretty good combo. I'm gonna throw that one in there just for fun. Blue scales and small tooth. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Try that one out too. Another blue scales, small tooth. Perfect. So I've got a few of these I might as well be using. I've got a bunch of them. And what else do I have? What's this one? Small tongue and what's right? Oh, that was cloakfish. Okay, so I'm gonna double check a couple things. I think when I was catching cloakfish out there, I had a bunch of possibilities with these four. I'm just gonna put these in here so I don't forget about them and see, because I had what? Small tongue, lesser eye. Let me just check if Decoy had that one. He's been making some little infographic things, and it might have my answer on it. Lesser eye and feather. All right, I'll buy that. Cool. So did I have... try a few of these out. Cool. So let's go ahead and delete these. I'm gonna make one more lesser eye and feather to put in here. And that'd be for my cloakfish. That one I now know is just bloody flesh, but I should maybe take those out and do some more clownfish at some point too. Okay, okay, so we got a few different things we can catch. We're gonna go to the desert wilds. I have one aged fish century. So let me see if I can make. You know what? I'll just take one out of my inventory. I'm gonna be making some more potions anyways, so it's all gravy. Okay, which one do I want to go to? I am going to teleport myself to Kylofaki. It's F in the center Y. Oh yeah, I didn't think that. I'm apparently out of rune mage reagents. Let's go get a couple of those. So, plan today. I'm going to do this little bit of fishing. I just need to stock up on a few fish so that I can make the potions I need to make. Most of it's just going to be out in the desert here. It'll be pretty quickly done, I think. And yeah. But yeah, then I'm going to get into doing some potion making and artificing, and stocking up my stall with a little bit more items. I think I'll probably put some rune mage reagents in there, and oh geez, I don't know. But yeah, so the goal is to put some potions in there. There's some that don't need to be aged, so I'm not too concerned about them. The ones that do need to be aged, I'm going to get myself set up so that they're aging for a while. I really should have been doing this like last week so that they'd be ready to put in my stall the way the fish scent attractors were. But at the end of the day, if I make $5,000 this month, that's good enough for me because it makes back what it cost me to make the stall. Ideally, I'll make much more than that. And if I need to buy stuff from people to restock, I can. I'm hoping I sell at least a couple dyes because the dyes are what's really gonna build up my my dram, and that should let me do a little bit more. I think I have a ton of these. I'm pretty sure this is Grathorp that spawns out here, and I'm pretty sure I've got tons of it now, but I'm going to harvest pretty much everything I see. Yeah. This is pretty awesome, though. There's like 4 Grathorp right in a little chunk here. Oh, no. Oof, a 5th. And a 6th. I don't know. I mean, I could put raw resources like into my chest, I guess, but I think I'd rather make stuff with them, you know? Ooh, I hope he doesn't pull on me. Kind of be iffy here. This fucking bullshit. I don't think he's part of this group, but I don't have my DPS shield on. Yeah, screw it. I'll just outrun this guy. These things are annoying. That's the downside of playing it safe in the wilds, is when something attacks that you can easily take down, you err on the side of not bothering with it because it's easier to just run away from him. He's probably going to pull on me again, and I'm probably going to get that thing pulling on me as well. And there he is. All right. Let's do some fishing. Yeah, now we're looking good for fishing time. Fishing rod, we got our potion. Let's start with these ones for the sharks. All right. I need to try and figure out what my distance that I can cast is here. I know it's not that much. Wow, it's way less than I thought. All right, we're going this way then. Whew, 80 pounds. What a fish. That wasn't nearly as far of a cast. I may have some issues. Nope. Sweet. Whew, 82 pounds. These sharks are definitely the way to get yourself up on the leaderboard if you want to be on the leaderboard for fish caught or pounds of fish caught. Yay. Catching sharks is sweet. Oh, fuck off. Still, I got 7 sharks on that. That was eyeworm and rotten finger. That's pretty good. Let's see if eyeworm and lesser eye is as effective. Oh, that's too far. That's gonna fucking... Yeah. Oh my god. What the hell? Is that already broke? I guess one of the things I didn't really do is check any of the durability on these things. That's okay. One's only 15 pounds. That's pretty light. What? Green-bellied bass. Don't waste my time. So yeah, so this lure is definitely not the way to go. Eyeworm and rotten fingers seem to work pretty fucking good. It seems like the sharks that I'm catching with this lure are quite a bit smaller as well. Maybe that's one of the effects that rotten finger has, is increasing the size of the fish you're catching. I haven't really looked at it too closely, but there might be something to that. All right, I'm not wasting my time catching bass here, but I think I've only got one more cast on this lure anyway, so might as well play it out and hope we get a shark. No. Oh fuck, I do have more casts. I hate when the minor lure outweighs the major. It's pretty annoying. Oh, this one's a 79 pound, and it didn't have the rod and finger, and that's about in line with the big ones I was catching before, so maybe not. What do we got? Finger and minnow. I don't know about this one. Just hoping this is a ridgeback, I think is what I want on this lure. Yeah. Sweet. Suppose I should keep an eye on my back out here. But yeah, so Rotten Finger does seem to be pretty solid, but I think you need to pair it with the major lure for sure. I think if you did major lure, minor lure, and Rotten Finger, you'd have a really deadly combo. But I think the important part is just getting the major lure and not something that attracts other fish. So that was the problem with my last lure that I was using, is it was attracting, it was the major lure for bass and the major lure for shark. So my odds of getting either were about the same, I think. Whereas if it was a major lure for shark and the tongue ended up being a minor lure for shark, it would actually outweigh the bass. I think that might be the benefit of using the rotten finger, is that you're increasing your odds with every fish, I think, when you use rotten finger. And because you've already got a major lure on there, the odds of getting that specific fish are much higher than any of the other ones. So you could technically still catch other fish, but I think it's always going to favor this side. And I think when you use luck rings or the potion, you're going to be getting, I don't know what this is going to catch, rotten finger and blue scales. I'll do a couple casts with it and see what happens, but it may not be something I want. The hell is saddled lion eel? I'm not going to keep casting with that. I don't want to waste my potions. Let's try blue scales and small tooth. think this is supposed to be an axolotl lure, but I do not know for sure. Not off the top of my head. But anyways, yeah, so I think what happens is when you use the fishing potion, effectively what you're doing is bumping up the chances of absolutely everything. Yeah, I'm not doing that one. Bumping up the chances of absolutely everything you catch. Already did that one, doesn't do any good. Let's try lesser eye and feathers. This one should catch cloakfish. So it's bumping up the odds of catching anything. So, oh shit, I think my thing might have expired. Oh, I wish you could check your status effects. Oh, it's still active. So let's say your major lure on, like your major component of a lure accounts for like a 50% attraction to that specific fish. What's happening is when you're drinking the fishing potion, let's say an aged fishing potion increases your chances 10% on every fish, and your luck rings, that would bring you up to 60% for that fish, and your luck rings, say, bring you up 5% each or 1% or whatever the hell you want to say. It's a general stat that's applying across the board. Oh. Yeah, I gotta log out and log back in. So let's say it's 1% even. That's going to mean you're just with your major lure, a luck rings, and your fish attractant potion, you could be looking at like 62% chance to catch that specific fish. And then, it's probably more than that, to be honest. But if you go beyond that, then you're starting to get into, with your major lure and your minor lure combined and your potion and all that stuff, you might be like a 90% chance. And that chance goes up maybe if you're on higher ground, if you go further along the shores, like I'm reeling this in like this. If I teleport down, I've just increased how much more I can reel in. So because you have like 15 casts per lure, you've only got so much that you can. Oh, for fuck's sakes. This lure doesn't seem to be working for cloakfish at all. Oh my god. I hate fishing along here because of this very reason. You've got like really short, shallow waters. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna mess around with that one anymore. Let's try one of these ones. I think this was supposed to be, yeah, this is like my minnow lure, but I don't know what it'll catch me out here. It could be a shark, it could be a bass, it could be something else, I don't know. But if it's a bass, I think I'm done fishing here and I'll head into the jungle and try my luck there. Yeah. Because that was supposed to catch me. What did it catch me? Ridgeback. Yeah, so that one caught me ridgeback. This one was just catching me the eel. Maybe I'll try again. If it just keeps catching me eel, then I'll call it good. But I guess if there's a chance at catching ridgeback with it, I can catch ridgeback plus the eel. Yeah, it just seems like it's eel. That's annoying. I'm really kind of bummed out because Lesser Eye and Feathers was supposed to be a knockout for cloakfish. And I know you can catch cloakfish here. Maybe I just need to go to the other part of the desert. Maybe catching cloakfish in this specific spot is a bad idea. Yeah, let's do that then. I'm sure I've still got a little bit of a timer on my fish attractant, but I don't really care. I would rather pull all of these mobs than that boar. Oh, fuck off. Fuck, he did get poison onto me. I legit might die. Oh no, I'm good now. He'll only hit my shield. Fucking prick. Ooh. Double the sour bells. For double your pleasure. Yeah, so I remember actually last time I came out here to do cloakfish, I had the exact same issue. I've maybe got 5 minutes left on my fish attractant. So if I can maybe sneak my way along and not pull this cactar to my left. Oh yeah, we good. I don't think that dude saw me. He's heading straight for that cactar. I ain't gonna help him. I am kind of curious what'll happen though. Is he making a break for it? Not my problem. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. So I should be able to catch cloakfish here, no problem. Oh yeah. So what I want to do right now is, because I'm short on time with this fishing potion, is just go crazy with these short casts because I can get away with them. See, this is exactly what I want. What? A sunfish? Fuck off. I'm wondering if my thing just burned up. Yeah, I think it might have. Well, I know I can catch them here, so what I might do is drop another potion here. Let's just see if that is the case. Yeah, it is. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need to cast that far. You big dummy. It's 3:17, so I have until 3:37 my time on this fishing potion. And I can start casting way fucking shorter than this. Sunfish. Bah. And motherfucking sunfish. Oh, that was it for that lure. Shit. I guess I do need to cast a little bit further. I don't think this is the right lure. I think Decoy's listing as this for cloakfish is fucking way out to lunch. Lesser Eye is well known that it's the primary for sunfish. Oh, what? Are you kidding me? Fucking lost tracking. It's well known that that's the primary for sunfish, and feathers is pretty well known it's fucking useless. So I don't even know what he was thinking about putting this one together because it's not right. I had better luck with some of the other lures I was using. Like, did I put them in here? I don't think I did. Maybe I deleted them, I don't know. That bro came back to get his stuff, I think. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on him. Yeah, he's just grabbing his shit. Seems like being further down here, I'm more likely to catch cloakfish, which seems weird because it's the same water. Fuck, I don't need any more sunfish. God damn it. Yeah, this lure sucks. I honestly, I think if you're gonna catch floatfish, you gotta take that eye off, or you're just gonna catch sunfish like crazy. You might catch some cloakfish, but it's not gonna be any substantial amount. I mean, what am I at right now? Like 6 with a potion. That's ridiculously bad. Still, I guess it's a chance. Maybe feathers and rotten finger might be the way to go for this one. I don't think I have any of those with me, but it does seem like feathers is the important part of it. I mean, I guess it's something. I might as well just keep fishing out this potion, but it really seems like it's not worth my time. You know what? Fuck. Yeah. Well, we got a decent amount of some different stuff in here, I guess. I think what I'm going to do is quickly go to the desert or to the jungle and try to get some minnows before this potion wears up. Wears off. Wears up. Before this potion wears off. And then we'll head back to the house and start making some potions. I should have pretty much all the ingredients I need to do everything. I think I'm going to make a bunch of the, what are they called? Masked scent. And yeah, then I should be able to stack a whole bunch of those up in the thing for aging. And then we'll be good for, I think they'll probably take about a week. And in a week or so when they're aged, then I can, oh, fuck off. That's not what I wanted. Wait, what? There we go. Where am I going? Hey, thank you. Bullis or bullies? Yeah, actually, one of the nice things too, I hadn't really thought about until this point, was with all the fish I'm catching now, they're basically going to be for personal use. They're not going to be for quests and shit, which is nice. I think you kind of get caught up with the fishing quests and just continually catching fish for the sake of this quest, which is good for the XP, I guess, but it's also kind of like makes it a little bit more tedious because you know you're building up this big stack of fish that you're just going to be giving away, basically. I hopefully have, I can't remember what I said. I should have about 10 minutes left on this potion. Shit. I'm gonna go over to this end. My casts will be a little bit more straightforward. You know, I may be mistaken, but no, it's still on. Fuck. That is strange. Damn it. It's weird because it seems like all the minnows I'm catching are like I'm casting into like that spot there. A little bit further, I guess. When I was casting to the right a little bit, it wasn't working. When I was casting over that way, it wasn't working. Very strange. I think there's still a lot of things that we're learning about fishing that are going to take us a while to really fully understand what's going on mechanics-wise with them. Oh, tracking went a little wonky there. Fuck. I keep doing short casts. It's messing me up. I want to try something here. Kind of seemed like when my tracking went weird, it stopped fully reeling, like tracking my reeling. But I'm curious if now if I cast out, come on, oh, there we go. If I cast out this way, yeah, it does work. I think it's just a distance from yourself thing. Maybe I wasn't getting the distance on my other casts. I think it's so ridiculous that this lure catches that tiny minnow. I mean, there's a lot of absurd things I can take in a fantasy game, but a tiny minnow eating all that lure is just a little bit too much for me. And also, like, the size of the hook, if you look, that's the hook right there. The hook itself is bigger than the minnow. Maybe I'm snagging them through the side. I can accept magic, and I can accept like all these inherent talents and things that people have in the game, but I can't accept that. No way, no how. Damn, almost a 3-pound minnow. I wish they would adjust the sizes of them based on like scale them based on the weight that you catch them at. So sometimes you'd reel something up that was like huge. Man, this is a hell of a minnow to reel in. It was a real fighter. Got a few more minutes left on this. And once it's up, I'm gonna just call it good. Maybe we'll burn out this lure. It depends on how many casts I have left on it. Which should be... Oh, that's it. This is the last cast on this lure. So I will switch to the other lure, and we'll just, I guess, burn it out, because we're going quick enough that I should be able to get through this entire lure in a couple minutes. And then we'll have a pretty good supply of most of the fish. Cloakfish, I'm still... That lure that Decoy recommended for cloakfish is not right. I think one of the ones I picked would have been a little bit better, but I only say that because I caught like 6 cloakfish with a aged potion and 2 luck rings on, and on my other lures I caught that many without luck rings or a potion, so kind of makes me think that those ones were like his choices aren't correct. I don't know though. Could be condition stuff too. Could be like, oh, if you fish over in this specific spot, you'll get one every time. And I would like to try that lure in Lucian Plains, so when I go into Lucian Plains next time, I might give that a go. think my potion's probably run out. Yeah, it has. But I think we're halfway through this lure at least. Yeah. We got 6 more casts. Might as well just do them. There's a pretty good chance with this lure that I've got that I'll catch anyways, but you can kind of tell when the fish scent attractant wears out because it's when it's on, they bite like almost immediately. All right, last cast. And nothing. Okay. I'm just gonna grab a drink here and then we'll get into making some potions up. Oh, now. Okay, first things first. Let's get all this stuff back in here. Where my fish are. So this one, I actually put up there with that. This one is actually this, the rotten finger large minnow, and that's for the ridgeback. Cloakfish. I had lesser eye and feathers as well. Oh no, I swapped it, that's right. So fuck, I must have deleted the other ones I was using. Oh well. Got some cloakfish. Got more sunfish than we could possibly need. We got eels. We got minnows. We got bass. We're a little bit short on catfish and obviously the odds and ends here. Still need axolotl. I can go and catch those in Lamavora later on. So I'm not too concerned about that. And Grathorp. Yeah, I guess obsidian is the one I'm short on. It's obsidian and linstanium. Obsidian, I can collect quite a bit of that if I just go to Lucian. Oh, and I totally forgot to put these sharks in there. Yeah, I'd say eyeworm and blue scales for the sharks was like a knockout. Or did I try rotten finger blue scales? No, that one didn't work. Maybe, what did I do? Maybe I did eyeworm, rotten finger. I don't know. I really probably should have paid attention to what I was doing. Anyways, I'm going to put all of these back in here because I don't really need them. And they're just going to be taking up weight in my inventory. Finger block scales, whatever. Yeah, eyeworm rotten finger is what I want for sharks. So let's put that like that. Go like that. This I'm gonna put into here. And what did I have here? Eyeworm and lesser eye, eyeworm and small tongue. I don't know what I use those for, but I don't care. There, okay. So now what I want to do, start by making, what am I doing? We got tabs now, what am I doing? This one. So I'm going to need quite a bit of ingredients for this. Sometimes it'll stick if you're too close. You know what, let's grab this and put it like that so that we can see what's going on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is lay these out across this row here with what I need. Sedazoran, I'm going to need, let's start with the ones I don't have a shit ton of. Shark fin, I'm going to need quite a bit of. You know, maybe what I'll do is I'll just put these all in there. I can only make 8 potions anyways because of the Chicharaltro. And I'll just bring them all back after. Shark fin times 2. That's perfect. Clownfish. I don't want to separate out all of them. The only reason I'm separating these out is because I need all of them. But the fish, I have them assigned with lures, so it's kind of annoying. Oh shit, I need to go catch phoenix fish. Alright, well let's do that first. I ain't taking any of this shit with me. Alright, so I need to try and catch 8 phoenix fish. Ooh-wee. For phoenix fish, shiny metal is the main thing. Maybe I'll try... Do I want to risk any experimentation? Maybe shiny metal rotten finger. I'll do a handful of just shiny metal. Then I'll do some of shiny metal rotten finger. And see which one I prefer. Oops. Forgot to put the rotten finger on that one. That's good enough. What do we got? What What is it? 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Good enough. And what did I have left? 4? Perfect. Alright. You know what? I'm also going to bring some of those... What did I use for them? Lesser eye feather. I want to test these lesser eye feather ones. I'll make a couple more, maybe. One more. So I want to test these to see if there's any difference with cloakfish in the Lucian wilds versus the desert wilds. I want to check some pricing and see if everyone else has come down on the aged fish scent attractor. I don't want to totally deplete my own stock of them. So we'll check out these stalls. And I know there's some bros selling these 1100. Oh, 940. Boys, you've been undercutting me. 980. Oh, you know I'm going for this one. Their bidding war just keeps on happening, and I love it. Prices are going down across the board. I'll buy a couple of them. I got cash monies anyways. I'm going to walk because I need to harvest... I guess I could teleport over to the Twins or to the desert and pop up in there, but I also want to check for some King Sweetie apples over here, so I'm not really shortcutting myself that much. Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I'm just needing to harvest everything, but I need to go through the Lucian zone anyways, and I want to go through there and get obsidian, I think, spawns in there. In like the non-wilds area, just like the main Lucian area. So if I get a bunch of obsidian in there, I'll be stacked up on that as well. And I should be good to go to make at least a few tile sets. And I mean, with tile sets, I don't know how much they're going to sell for realistically, but I think yesterday I saw them at, I think they were sitting at about 4,500. And I'd have to check Guild City to see if there's any for sale in there. But I have a feeling pretty much across the board we're going to see similar pricing in them. All right. I wish there was more moving set pieces in the game, like that windmill, like things to make the game feel a little bit more alive. I mean, it does already feel pretty alive, but like something that, like some things like that really make it feel lively. I hate when I get hung up on an invisible wall. It's the worst. So I haven't checked if my gear is damaged in a while. No, we're good. Excuse me. So I should see a pretty decent amount of of obsidian out here. The other two things that I always see out here are Sedazaran, that yellow flower there, Weeping Croto, which is the kind of rose-like tulip thing. And I think those are the only real plants that spawn in here. And then yeah, I should see some obsidian throughout here. It's not like it's like a massive spawn amount, but it's pretty decent. I'm pretty short on that chitril, which I think you get in Lamavora. Is maybe the only place that it spawns. It's like a little blue flower. So I might have to dip over to there at some point today, just do a quick run through there and see if I can find any. Yeah, there's a Weeping Croto right there. So what I'm going to do is make a quick loop around and around the back, and then I'm going to actually go into the backside. That's actually obsidian right there, I think. I don't need a ton of it, but yeah, cool. I don't need a ton of it, but I think I've only got like 8 of them, and I haven't looked at what runes I'm like what I'm gonna need for the runic tile sets I'm gonna put together for in the shop. Might have to ask around to a couple people. I meant to do it yesterday and totally forgot about what they use for their runes on their rangers, mages, etc. Why is there so many of these guys out here? This area is so bizarre because sometimes there'll be like literally nobody spawning in here, and then other times there's tons of dudes. When I was like under leveled for this area, it was like a fucking nightmare coming in here to fight these guys and try and get up that ramp. It's funny because I was like really short on Weeping Croto and Sedazaran for a while, and now I'm just like rolling in this stuff because I haven't made any Ithacac potions in a while, which I probably should. I'm gonna make some of those today, put them in my stall. I think they're a relatively cheap potion to make in terms of components, but you gotta have them components. I'm glad a few days ago I went and I just walked around everywhere harvesting, and it's kind of a little bit of a boring-ish thing to do, but it gives you like a little bit of everything, and if I were to do that every day I'd be swimming in mats, but it's a little bit boring to do it every day, so I definitely don't do it. But in the case of something like this where like I'm coming here to do some fishing for materials I need anyways, come on, it's not that big of a deal to make a little loop around the area before the wilds and grab that stuff. Kind of disappointed there hasn't been as much obsidian spawned in here as there usually is. I wonder if they changed the spawn rates for this stuff. There's another one there. Knight's Tier. Useless. It's not useless. There's just, I've got tons of it because you get it everywhere in the frosted spit. Alrighty. Let's head into the wilds. I'm gonna keep my valuable fish scent attractor on my belt. And might as well put that there. And let's put that on. So what I want to do is sneak along the back side here. And is that all I want to do? Yeah, that's all I want to do. Sneak along the back side here and get all the way to the fishing spot in the back. That's where the good fishing's at. And hopefully I won't have to deal with any aberrations on the way in. Just a shit ton of guys, I guess. Thankfully, a lot of the wargs are, and like just the ads kind of spawning around, are low enough of a level that they won't aggro. But see, I've got the one aberration there. I need to kind of take the long way around here, even though I don't really want to. So my goal is to get over back in there. And I've got one aberration there and one there. So hopefully I can get past these dudes here, be outside of his range. I'd much rather deal with these guys. Yeah, that's what I want. You should give up pretty quick, yeah. So I'm on the lookout for a few things. One is things like these sour bells right here. Another is plains helm mushrooms. There's another aberration there. Plains helm mushrooms, there's a few that actually spawn up right at the end here where I'm going anyways. So I'm going to get up there and clear out those things spawning in. And while I'm fishing, I kind of want to keep an eye out for more of these things spawning in. I think these are just Knight's Tier, which I don't really need, but I'll harvest anyways. And then, yeah, there's usually... Oh, no. Damn it. There's usually 3 things in here. There's 2 plains helm and one, what do they call it, like water toad or something like that. These are the ones that I want right here. Plains helm. And this is where we're going to fish. It's a good little spot. It's important to look good when fishing, whenever possible. Oh man, what a kit. Okay, so we're going to start with just the shiny metal. Got our luck rings on. Got our aged fish scent attractor. We're ready to rock and roll. It is 4:03 according to my time. Oh, already got something. So, at 4:23, this potion will have worn off. and then we can drop our another potion. This is gonna take a while to reel from up here. That's the only thing that sucks. I'm not sure exactly where the point is that it brings in. Okay. Hey, phoenix fish. So I'm gonna try and go for a little bit shorter of a cast like that. And hopefully that's enough because of the distance down. No. Fuck, I still didn't go far enough, I don't think. That's where I want to be, I think. Shit. I'm glad I made a lot of these lures. That's gotta be good. Come on. Oh, there it is. Did I get it? Fucking felt it. There's a sweet spot you gotta find when fishing for these things. And once you find it, you're good to go, and you're basically in an optimal position where you'll catch fish at the quickest speed possible. I think I've just about got that spot dialed in. It's basically the middle of this. Oh, fuck. Ooh, interesting. Axolotl nibbles on shiny metal, so that's a tertiary lure for axolotl. So if I had a shit ton of shiny metal, I would make my axolotl lure have a shiny metal on as the third lure piece. That was perfect. This one's probably not going to happen. Sometimes they do, though. Nope. Surprised I'm catching this many on this lure. I'm curious to see how the rotten finger holds up. I'm going to do it next. It's the shiny metal plus rotten finger, and this one's just the rotten finger. So what did we catch? 8 of them with a bunch of miscasts. Let's try this. I'm thinking this isn't the way to go. There's a lot of things nibbling on it, but that's because of the rotten finger. I don't know. Like when I catch them, it's probably only going to be phoenix fish. Ooh. But that's assuming I catch them. It seems like if my casts are a little bit on the longer side, I'm consistently catching them up here. That's not the long side, what I just did. That's sort of like right at the short point of it. Which, oh my god, did I get it? Oh, I missed it. It's like I said, trying to find that happy medium where you catch a fish right at the end like this is what you want every time. To have an easy reel all the way in and then catch it right at the end, that's way too short. Fuck. Oh shit. More like Bahi? More like nah. He crazy. What's up, dude? Catching them phoenix fish. They're extra spicy today. And then once I finish catching some phoenix fish, I'm heading back and we're going to make a whole bunch of masked scent potions, like 8 of them. And then we're going to put them babies into age so we can get some invisibility potions. And I probably won't use any of them because they don't really serve a purpose for me. But I'm going to put them in my stall for sale. And I'm going to sell them at a very attractive price. Very attractive. Like a price you wouldn't believe. I know exactly what you mean. People have been trying to get me to play Rocket League again for like the past year. And I'm done. I'm done with that game. It was fun for a while. And now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I got bigger fish to fry. Super size of great white. That's the type of fish I fry. To quote Charlie Tuna. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I got too greedy. I'm thinking shiny metal, base shiny metal is the way to go. They're both about equal, but I think the rotten finger is just like whatever. Uh-oh. We might have a problem here. Just play it cool.
Hello.
Hello. We cool with France. I think the French guild is pretty peaceful in general. They don't seem to partake in PvP too much. They weren't aggressive to us when we went out into the wilds and met with them. That's one of the people who was with us in that big group when we were fighting those little 14-year-olds or whatever they are, laughing, coughing. I don't know. Maybe they're not 14-year-olds, but I like to keep the idea in my head that they are. It's just too satisfying. Well, I mean, my recommendation is you finally get your ass around to playing Dark Souls 3. Just buckle down, man. Be brave. Be strong, and get good. It's like the best fucking RPG like in years and years and years. And if you narrow it down even further and say like the best like third-person RPG, it's definitely fucking crushing the competition. I mean, what are its competitors at that point? Like Mass Effect? Give me a break. Don't get me wrong, I like Mass Effect, but it ain't fucking Dark Souls. Dork s'mores? Yeah, I could go for some dork s'mores. I'm a dork, I like s'mores. And I'd like 3 of them dork s'mores, please. No, fuck no. I mean, Mass Effect 2 was like the pinnacle of that series as far as I'm concerned, and it was good, and I played a lot of it. But it had there was no satisfaction in the game. It was kind of like you were just going through the motions, and that's sort of how I feel about most of the BioWare games. And I mean, BioWare's from here. That game was made here. And I don't know. I mean, it's good, but it's not, from an RPG standpoint, it's like somebody else pulling the strings in your RPG. There wasn't really any real talent involved in playing Mass Effect. I mean, a little kid could progress in that game. Dark Souls, it's rewarding when you actually do anything in that game because you're like, fuck, that was challenging. And like for me, like coming back to it and like replaying this new character I'm playing, and approaching it with a completely different build style. I'm using completely different weapons and armors and stuff, and on top of it being completely different, I'm also still feeling like, man, I'm crushing through these zones that I spent hours and hours on the first time. And it is a feeling that like you personally have gotten good, not just your character. What are you talking about? Dark Souls is full of RPG elements. It just makes you work for them. Like, it's got a very, very, very deep story and lore. It just doesn't hand it to you in cutscenes. There's a handful of cutscenes, and they're basically just to show you something cool that happens. And then it's like up to you to read the item descriptions and all that jazz to actually get the story, which I like. I mean, you gotta work for everything in that game, even the story. But that's not to knock other RPGs. And I mean, Divinity is a really great RPG. And if you get the second one, I'll play through it with you. But the problem with Divinity is it's all based around story. I mean, the combat in it, yeah, it's turn-based, yeah, there's skill and strategy and all that stuff, but it's not an action RPG, which Dark Souls is, which it would put it in a separate category in my books. I don't think the story is vague strokes at all. It's just one stroke at a time in like one thing. You know, you might get a pretty good picture of who a certain boss is based off of the description of the couple of items you get from when you defeat him that you can actually make into things. But on top of that, you've also got a handful of other items that will show up in the shops once you've defeated him, and different items that aren't directly related to that boss talk about the area, but the area is tied in with the boss. And I don't know, all these things are like, I don't think it's just lore, it's story. It's just storytelling done in a completely different way. And for a lot of people, it's not, it's going to strike you as just lore because of how it's presented. But some of the stuff it tells you is like stuff that like just happened. So I mean, whatever works for you, man. But Dark Souls is fucking phenomenal. It really is. Oh shit, is my potion still on? Yes, cool beans. What am I at for Phoenix Fish, by the way? 29. Damn, good haul. I think I've got like 8 minutes left on this potion, something like that. We're gonna catch us a lot of fish. And you don't really need that many Phoenix Fish for this recipe, and I'm pretty sure it's like the only one that requires Phoenix Fish. There might be one other one. So this Phoenix Fish isn't really a big deal to catch, all things considered. I'm gonna catch a shit ton of them just to be on the safe side and build up my stocks a little bit, but I don't really think it's that difficult to catch these. It was just getting the shiny metal initially that was kind of a headache. Keep fucking miscasting. Oh, come on. Yes. New record, too. Yeah, I mean, we both like Divinity. I think you could probably get Divinity 2 and you'd be happy with it. I truthfully haven't played that much of it. Me and Matt started some characters in it, and I think we progressed through maybe 5 hours of gameplay, something like that. But I don't really think that's enough to give Divinity a fair shake. It's kind of a big game. I imagine Divinity, if Divinity 1 is any indication, Divinity 2 is a 120-hour game. I really want to go and grab those plains helms, but I also want to utilize this potion as much as I can and catch as many fish as I can. Fucking hate when they bite on way out there. Take forever to reel in. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm kind of at a point with RPG games that there is too much dialogue. There is too much story. Like, what was that one with where you wake up in the like asylum thing, but it's like there's like corpses on tables everywhere, and like it's set in like the like Forgotten Realms expanded universe, like, you know, when you're talking about like the tiers of areas and stuff. I forget what the fuck it's called. But yeah, you're in like this sort of like weird laboratory crematorium thing, and you wake up not remembering who you are and stuff, and there's like, it's probably like 4 hours of almost pure dialogue as you're going through it. And that's kind of the way that like the Neverwinter Night games and all of those games, like Baldur's Gate and stuff, they all struck me as like good but a little fucking dry. Like, I like reading the dialogue, I like getting the story, I like having lots of lore, but when the percentage of time spent on lore is heavily, and dialogue, I guess, is heavily outweighing time spent playing the game, you feel like, fuck, I might as well just read a book. And I kind of, in most cases with games like that, would rather just read a book. That's the trade-off you make, right? All right, potion's done. So what we're gonna do is first harvest some mushrooms. Son of a bitch. What the fuck? This auto-run shit is terrible sometimes. I don't really need this knight's tier, but whatever. There's usually a water toad in here too. Okay, I want to try these lures out. Yeah, lesser iron feathers. I want to see if I can actually catch cloakfish here to any degree. Well, I mean, in terms of like Dark Souls, like you kind of are acting as a tool for the story to happen, but your actions change the story. I mean, not to a substantial degree in terms of gameplay, but changes the outcomes of the game and stuff. There's 4 different endings, I think. 3 or 4 different endings in Dark Souls 3. Oh. Let's see if we can consistently catch cloakfish. I am pretty short on them, and I wouldn't mind reeling in a whole bunch of these babies. But that doesn't mean it's not interactive. It's kind of like things are shrouded in mystery in the game until you as the player come along. And the whole point of Dark Souls is that every character is a hopeless character, including your character. They just happen to be like a spark of light inside them, kind of thing. Hence the embers in the Ashen one. You're the slightly kindled, but not fully kindled. And I kind of like that aspect, that you're sort of the, not ray of light, but the spark of light that is illuminating the story and, you know, affecting the outcome of that world and other worlds. And I love the level designs. I love the character design. Well, I don't love the way the characters' faces look and shit, but usually I'm wearing a helmet anyway, so I don't really care. Okay, so I guess this lure is only really good for here. That's quite interesting. Decoy had posted this lure, and trying it in the desert, it wasn't working for shit. I was catching way more sunfish. But here, it's pretty consistent on catching cloakfish. So I guess I can't myth bust this lure, but it is definitely only effective here. I think one of the interesting things about Dark Souls is that the world itself is a character. Like, these locations and stuff are all, they almost have like personality traits, you know, like in a way that's very noticeable and memorable. Whether it be how it affects your movement or your character animations or how you have to deal with enemies because of the way that they blend into the environment or are obscured. I think that's something that I haven't really encountered in any other game. And yes, once you've done it, you learn the characters, like the enemy positions and stuff. So it's a little bit easier to deal with, but that's part of the strategy of the game, is like memorizing things, knowing where shortcuts are, knowing what shortcuts you need to open and which ones are better off just skipping past if you're a veteran enough player to progress through. Oh, I mean, your character in Dark Souls is like the most consequential thing. You're the only thing that matters in that game. That's sort of the point, is like you're that one spark that hasn't existed since the last time the fire was rekindled. And I mean, lore-wise, it's way deeper than most games, but like in terms of your character feeling inconsequential, it's only you only really feel that way until you get going in the game and start, getting more dialogue options from people. And I mean, the dialogue from the NPCs gets increasingly more like hopeful as the game progresses, because at first you're seen as inconsequential because everyone is inconsequential. The world is in ashes. There's no hope for a fire to be rekindled. There's no hope for anything. Everything is shit. The whole world's falling apart. And as a result, you have people like the downtrodden, I forget what his name is, but he's like, he's just this sullen knight that sits on the stairs in Firelink Shrine being like, everything's fucked. And he does the same thing in the other Dark Souls games too. He's just like, fuck. It sucks. This place sucks. Everything sucks. You suck. Everyone's gonna die. We're all gonna die. And then you're like killing bosses, and he's like, oh, good for you, yeah. And it makes you feel like a boss when you're like proving this guy wrong. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that they are completely canon. Echoes, I mean, you do have a little bit of a point there, that many are trying, but many are also failing, and there's the different covenants also have like an effect on that. So like there's covenants that are their entire goal is to try and stop other people from succeeding because those covenants don't want the fire rekindled. Or you have covenants that are their only goal is to protect the swamps. For example, if you're in the swamps, you automatically invade people because you have taken an oath to protect. I forget what that brotherhood is called or whatever, but it's like wolf oriented. But you are sort of like a defender of the swamps, greater swamp area ish. But they're all kind of unique, and like there's characters that you simply can't have their storyline if you join a certain covenant and basically donate items to it which are specific to that covenant and basically deepen your allegiance with that covenant. If you do that, you no longer can, like, the NPCs associated with certain quest lines will be like, no, I'm out of here. Next time we see each other, I'm going to kill you. And by the same token, there's also NPCs that once you kill them, they're like, yeah, I'll help you out. And like you can summon them as NPC phantoms for boss battles and stuff. And I mean, there is sort of canon and lore that you are one of many, but I mean, you have to make that distinction between the main story and the world story, which I guess in some senses are sort of at odds with each other. The idea that you're this special person, but that there's other special people out there. You're going to run into that with any online game like this. But I don't know. It's not something that I feel detracts from the game. From the story, anyways. Early on in the game, that definitely is the feeling you would get, but as the game progresses and as you get better, like not as your character gets better, as you get better at playing, you stop feeling like the stormtrooper who gets a lucky shot on a Jedi, and more like just a absolute boss. Like you feel like, yeah, I could do this with shittier gear and still beat it. It would just take me longer. And many people do that. There's challenges that are like, no leveling up, base gear only, and you have to progress through the whole game that way. And they do it. It just takes them a lot longer because the whole game is about player skill. And that's why the PvP in it isn't even that annoying, because you personally are learning how to do it. I don't know. I mean, yeah, but I sucked at Dark Souls a hell of a lot more than you did when I started playing it. And it's just taking the time and dedication to actually stick with the game. Like, too many people rage quit on Dark Souls thinking like, oh, it's fucking impossible, it's stupid and whatever. But it's because you have to sort of retrain your brain to fight in that manner instead of being like, oh, I got a big ass sword, I can go full ham. And it's like, yeah, certain weapons have like a strong amount of poise, like a heavy amount of poise, and they can break guards very quickly. And you can go in and just do 6-7 hits on a guy and he's down. And I mean, my first build was a dex build with heavy poise, and it made the game easier for me. But by the same token, I'm playing with a strength-based build now, like a pure strength build with like really heavy weapons. And I've had to readjust how I play with that because it's like the swings are so much slower, but I'm not as good at like breaking guards and stuff. I just do a shit ton of damage. So like if I can basically roll out of the way of a guy, get behind him and do that huge chop, he's going to just be annihilated. And it's a completely different playstyle approach. But, maybe there's an approach that you'd like doing, like maybe a pyromancer character, like whatever. And until you find exactly what you really like doing in Dark Souls, you're never going to be like really happy with it. But at the same time, you have to get good and play for a while to really unlock those skill trees, I guess you could call them. It's basically like finding characters, finding NPCs, unlocking them, and then finding items to give to them to level them up. Well, that's kind of the downside of playing with a magic character, is you're always going to have issues with aiming and stuff. But there is you can play with a mouse and keyboard. Most people don't recommend it just because it's not really how the game was designed to be played, but you could try it. I've never tried it. Maybe it's the way to go. Man, I'm catching a shit ton of cloakfish. This is great. I'm just saying, you haven't given the game a fair shake and you're judging it, saying what it is and isn't. And I think for you to do that and for you to argue against me that it is not one of the best RPGs of all time, you need to play it, because it's so fucking good, so fucking expansive, so detailed, so rich, so everything. It's a phenomenal fucking game. God, I want a drink of water, but I need to fish the shit out of this until my potion runs out. Were you playing with a mouse and keyboard the last time you played? Or were you playing with a controller? Shit, that was a crappy cast. I mean, try both, but I play with a controller and I play melee characters and I have no issues with it. Most of the time, if I do use ranged, it's for a specific thing, like pulling aggro on a ranged enemy or knocking down a body that has an item on it or whatever. So I don't need to rush to do my aiming. I don't know. It's not easy playing any kind of ranged character in Dark Souls, but there are certain things that do make it easier. And the number one thing is to just play it until you're good at it. And you might barely scrape through killing a certain boss. Everyone struggles on different bosses, and I mean, if you don't really care too much about being like, yeah, I killed all the bosses on my own solo, like the first time I did it, that's how I did it. I did them all solo myself and with no help and whatever. That was my goal when I first got into it, and I did that. But now going back, I don't really care about the bosses. The bosses are whatever to me. That's not what the point of Dark Souls is to me. So when I play it, yeah, I'll summon people in for boss fights that I know I'm going to have problems with. If it's a boss fight I'm not going to have problems with, I don't care. I'll just go in and fucking rip it up. But there are places you might struggle, and if you're struggling and you think it's going to make you so frustrated that you'll quit the game, you can summon 2 phantoms in. You just crush an ember, pull 2 phantoms in, and you have 3 people fighting something that one person should be able to do. And all you gotta do is just go in there and stay alive and just roll around. And when you watch those people fight, it might show you how you need to fight. And I mean, there's certain enemies that I just fucking hate them. Like the what's their name? like the Abyss Watchers, I think they're called. Something like that. But it's like 3 guys, or like multiples, I guess. It's not just 3, but it's like multiple dudes that are fighting each other all the time, and they're tasked with defending Artorias's legacy and the Abyss in general. And I hate them. I fucking hate fighting them. They're terrible. But other people fight them, have no problem, and then struggle on bosses that I find really easy. Nah, it's nothing. It's nothing close to that. And it doesn't feel like an RPG to you because you haven't fucking played the game. Like, I mean, if you've gotten up to the tree boss, you've played 2% of the game, maybe. Nah, a little bit more than that. Let's call it 5, maybe. It's not that far into the game, I'll say that. And the first time I played the game, I couldn't believe how it just kept going on and expanding even further and further and kept connecting things together even better and more. And it's like, it's crazy. But the majority of the game isn't spent on boss fights. I mean, you have to do these boss fights to progress through certain areas, but if you're not strong enough to do the boss fight, go and grind souls in an area, reload the zone, go to a campfire, rest, reload the zone, do it again, and do it again and again until you can level up a bunch of times, and then go through, and it's like easy mode, because there's certain recommended soul levels and recommended like gear that might help you progress through easier. And that's the thing, you probably, like, if you're good, you can do that. You can just progress through in a single run and do all these things. And if you're not, you have to take that time to, like, level yourself up, and you might have to rerun a certain area. And first time player, you may not know where everything is, and yeah. Took you 9 hours to beat the tree boss, or to get to the tree boss? Well, I think part of that boss fight is, that's actually a tricky boss fight in the sense that it took me quite a while the first time I did it too, but it's tricky because there are certain spots on that tree that you have to hit to break, and some of them are easier to get at than others, and some of them you can only get at certain times, and to beat the boss you have to hit all of them and break all of them, which is going to be, depending on your weapons, like 2 to 5 hits total. Oh. I think my potion might be worn off. Let me check. Yes, it is. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I don't want all these broken lures on me in case something kills me and my bag drops. Oops. Cool. Well, we got a pretty good stock up of some stuff here. And we got a few more plains helms and water toads and all that jazz. And I might go ahead and exit out that way. Just because it's probably going to be easier than going this way and possibly aggroing something serious. I got my big shield on. Yes, I do. Well, this was a good little jaunt into fishing. And I've got a pretty good stock of just about everything. I still need a bunch more axolotl. But I don't really want to fuck with axolotl right now. I wonder if I can avoid aggroing these guys. Well, I'm trying to. And I hear you, Luca. I mean, there is a steep learning curve and an unforgiving sort of cutoff in the game. And I feel like realistically, the game doesn't really fully open up for you until you've gotten to like not quite Irithyll, but like not far before that. Where you're basically like in a normal game you would feel like you're nearing the end and you're not even close. So I don't know. It's like that's when I feel the game like really starts to give to you, but I mean, it obviously opens up before then, and that's like I don't know, maybe 20 hours into the game if you're playing pretty efficiently. The swamp is a tedious area that can take someone a long time if they're not very experienced. Things like that, but I don't know. I mean, here's the other thing too, though, is I could join you and play with you and help you work through those difficult parts in it, because it is a bit of a struggle, but seeing somebody else do it can be enough to make it seem within reach for you. You know what I mean? What did I do with that cloakfish? Did I already put those in there? Yeah, I must have. Okay, let's get that book out. Have a look-see-loo what we need to do. Sedazaran. Chitril. Weeping Crodo. Sharkfin. Clownfish, phoenix fish, spiralback. And pinecone. Water toad. Crown foil. Okay, so sharkfin. So that's fuck, I ain't over encumbered, suck my balls. Sharkfin, Then clownfish. Oh, I need that many shit. I mean, I guess I could break these other stacks up. Phoenix fish, I only need 8. Spiral backs, I only need 8. It's the only thing I should need more than one of for each one is the shark fin. So all of these could be 8, I guess. Alright, I think we're good. Let's just double check over here. I'll need 8 Psittazaran. I've got 8 Psittazaran. I'll need 8 Chitril. I've got 8 Chitril. 8 Weeping Crotos. Yes. 16 Shark's Fins. Yes. 8 Clownfish. 8 Phoenix Fish. 8 Spiral Backs. 8 Pine Cones. 8 Water Toads. And 8 Crown Foils. Alright, we are good. We're good, greasy gravy. We're golden. This is the pine? No. What is that? Spiral back? How is that a spiral back? It doesn't look anything like the snail. Alright, let's try one of these out. And then we'll... Takes a month to age them? Fine. We're gonna do it. We're gonna age these bitches up. I can wait a month. Okay. Psittazaran, Chitril, Weeping Croto, all blue. 2 Shark Fin when it's red. What a wait. Clownfish, Phoenix Fish, and Spiral Back. When it turns yellow. Clownfish, Phoenix Fish, Spiral Back, and Pinecone Water Toad Crown Foil. When it's green. And dip it when it's turquoise. Man, that potion is something else to make. Alright, Psittazaran, Chitril, Weeping Crota. Oh. I think it's crazy that you gotta wait a month to age it. That seems absurd. I don't believe you. I don't believe anyone. I think that that's all hype talk to stop people from aging it so that it remains high in value. No, I only gotta do it 7 more times. Clownfish, phoenix fish. Clownfish, phoenix fish, spirallac. Yeah, I'm gonna do 8 of them and start aging them today as well. So at least both of us will have an eye on them aging. 2 shark fins now. Wow, wow. Phoenix fish, spirallac. Phoenix fish. Yep, it is a very expensive potion to make. But I still don't think it is a $100,000 potion or anything like that. Not when to actually make it isn't really, it doesn't require that much rare shit. I mean, yeah, you gotta go out and farm for some stuff, but I mean, you could buy those raw components for fucking cheaper than that and make the potion yourself. I guess you'd need to know where to get the recipe for it, but I mean, if you really want one, you could probably get it for a hell of a lot cheaper than that. Yeah, I check pretty often as well. Basically, after I make these masked scent potions, I'm going to take a bit of an inventory on what I have left, and then I'll probably make some more fish scent attractant potions. I don't think it makes you fully invisible. I think what it does is makes you effectively invisible to enemies. But I don't know. I haven't actually seen it in action, so I'm just guessing. I think it's basically just a masked scent potion, but like you could walk right up to them and they wouldn't attack you, kind of thing. Oh, well, that's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, it's It's pretty insane, I have to say. I also have to say, I'm probably going to try one of my 8 myself, because I need to see what it does. But I mean, as expensive as it is to make, it would be worth it to assassinate somebody. You'd basically have to fully sneak up to somebody who's like fishing and kill them or something. I don't know. They wouldn't stand a chance. Ah, my nose is itchy. Or I think better yet, if you like snuck up alongside a group and if you snuck up alongside a group and then like just started running with them, and then like as it wore off, you just were like, hey, what's up? And then killed someone. Oh, that'd be funny as hell. Oh, that would be so cool. And like didn't make you go didn't make you into a like a bandit or a criminal or whatever when you do it. Alrighty. We are cooking along with this. I'm enjoying this. It's nice to, after all the harvesting and stuff, to actually start to be able to do some potion making. Fish, phoenix fish, sparrowback. That's true. Yeah, they wouldn't really stand much of a chance against you. Yeah, the worst part is it's going to take a month for this this invisibility potion market to stabilize out, and for us to bring these prices down to reasonable levels. If it takes a month to age them, I don't believe it. I think that's baloney. Has to be. There's no way it would take a month to age it. That's foolish. Yeah, but Jay's a little bit of a joker. Doesn't the J literally stand for jester or something like that? I think he's talking a mean game. Okay, sounds good, Luca. Yeah, you probably do owe him for that. Okay, so we got some potions. Let's start that global timer up. These babies are top shelf. They're going way up there. Oh wait, that's not... Is that the toppest of the top shelves? It seems like that's not a top enough shelf. What else should I do? Let's take a look at some potion values out here and see where the big bucks is at. I feel like the age concentrated healing potion might be in there. I don't know. I don't know anybody who runs with healing potions, so I don't know if they actually sell. That's the thing that gets me. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, sounds good, Luca. Oh yeah, 3,000 for aged empowered strikes. 5,000 for aged intellect. Aged vitality. Mass oh, these are way too... These prices are absurd. Nobody would pay these prices. I don't feel like anyone would pay these prices. Yeah, that's about what I'd expect that one to be at. I could make Ithacac. Ithacac's always in demand. I guess I could do some luck potions, some more fish scent attractors. I mean, they're not big bucks, but that's partly better, I think. I feel like if I'm making these empowered strike ones and shit, they're gonna be like sitting on the shelf, not doing nothing. And I have to say that those two stalls probably have the lowest prices in the game because I set my prices off of them, and then they compete with each other. I love it. High Step has some serious bargains going on. All right, let's maybe start with... Pack mule potions sell pretty good. I don't have any axolotls for those, but I could do them. I got some coconut milk. Hey, you got any axolotl you'll sell me for a good price? I don't know what the axolotl are selling for in this game. I kind of gotta have a look around. Might have to go to Guild City and look at some prices of stuff as well. People be giggling. Someone's got the giggles.
He has a pink flash.
Whoa! What happened there? That was weird. It's 220 per axolotl.
Why does nobody... Huh? What?
$220. Let's see if this guy adjusted his prices yet. No, his dye prices are still insane. Oh yeah, 25,000 for toxic waste. Give me a break. And the fact that phoenix fish are cheaper than axolotl? What the? Let's see if anybody bought anything. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Nobody bought anything. So 220. That's the going price, huh?
One is
Man, I think I'm like coming down with a little bit of a cold. A little bit of a cough due to common cold. Oh, damn. Good prices for dyes. Looks like 220 is about the cheapest price I'm going to find some axolotl for. I just don't feel like doing any more fishing right at this moment. This guy got all the fish scent attractors in the world, but his price is too high. Too high. Which one was your stall? This guy right here? Or that one? Or that one? Or that one, that one, that one? Which one? Are you the fish scent attractor man with all the fish scent attractors? Or the man with nothing to give? I need axolotl, and I don't want to pay full price for them. God damn it. But I'm going to. 220. Can you beat 220? Do you have axolotl you can sell? Oh, with the cheap dyes. Damn, you're crushing the market. You son of a bitch. You're undercutting everybody with these ridiculous prices. Actually, they're all pretty reasonable. No, this isn't the one. This one. Look at these prices. Bah! Yesterday you said 4,500 for magic purple. You son of a bitch. Okay, cool. Yeah, where you want to meet up? High stepper here. I'll be over by the jam band. Play Slayer. All of a sudden, dude's hair grows out and he starts like going like this, tearing it up with some finger tapping. The guy with the tambourine or hand drum or whatever the hell he's got. Oh, that's a little piano. Well, that turns into a drum kit. That actually looks like a Slayer mandolin. And obviously here's here's the singer with his mic. They all look like they're on ketamine. This guy's having a good time. You gonna be okay, man? Yo.
Okay, so all I have is 9 because I think I used a bunch of them.
That's fine. What is 9 times 150?
Well, it'd be 1500 minus 150, so it would be
1350.
135.
Yep. Okay.
I gotta go out fishing for them anyways.
Yeah, they're on my list still for sure. Cool. Thanks.
No worries.
Alright, time to get back to making potion. What are you doing later on?
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna try to do some fishing and some potions. I do want to go out in the wilds and collect more hems like you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Can you can just make your way through it without dying as a warrior?
Yeah. If something aggro's on me, I just throw the shield up behind me and keep running.
Oh.
And then they just keep hitting the shield instead of me. And by the time my shield breaks, I'm out of kite range.
Damn it, I can do none of that
The problem is if something like a boar or a snake hits me with poison, I'll probably go down. It's pretty risky. Because they bypass the shield completely.
Yeah, my biggest issue is that I'm squishy.
Yeah. I don't know, you could try leveling up a warrior just a little bit and seeing if you can still get through, because it's the shield health. The shield health is separate from your full health, I think.
Unless I have a warrior at 19, it's not going to do nothing.
You know what I'd try? Strip everything out of your inventory the next time you go to the wilds, and equip just a sword and a shield, like your warrior sword and shield. And even if you're level 1, see if the shield is going to block enough that you can keep going. It probably won't, but it's worth trying. You might be able to cheese your way into there.
Well, I get through the wilds. I just can't get past aberrations when they're sitting on it.
Yeah.
And I can't get past them if I have to run past them and draw aggro as I'm at them.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about warrior and musketeer too. They can heal themselves as they go through.
Yes.
But,
if I was actually, I'm going to level up musketeer. That's what I'm going to end up doing.
Yeah. I think I'm probably going to level my musketeer when my friend Robin starts playing whenever tax season's done and she's not busy anymore. But then that'll be a good time to level up an alt that I don't use that often. It's always good to have a few more extra characters.
For now, I'm just going to be buying Plains Helm, I think, because I can't really farm them effectively.
Well, if I don't use up mine with potion making, I'll sell them to you.
Do you have a price in mind?
I don't know. I'd have to look around and compare, but if you can tell me what the lowest price around is, I'll do a little bit lower than that.
I've been hearing that you can buy them technically for 300,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to actually buy them for 300.
That's a good price for them, to be honest. I wouldn't go too much lower than that, but like I could do like maybe 250 for them.
Yeah, and I don't want to rip you off either. I mean, I'd pay 300.
I don't. The whole thing is, if I'm not going to need them for the potions I'm making, then I'm not going to fill up my inventory with stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to potion making. Shoot me a message if you're going out to the wilds, and I might come out with you.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, talk to you later. All right, so let's have a look. What was the potion I was thinking of making? Pack mule. Pack mule's a good one to make. So the coconut milk is what's gonna... So I've got enough to do 5 based just on the coconut milk, but I don't think... Oh, I only need singles for the axolotl. Perfect. So I'm gonna need 5 clownfish. Coconut milk. So 10 coconut milk, 5 clownfish. It's 10 coconut milk, 5 clownfish, 5 shark fin, 10 water toad. Fuck, I'm out of shark fin too. God damn it. I only have 3 water toads anyways. So let's drop that down to 3. Let's drop that down to 6. Uh, 6 catfish. Jesus Christ. I am short on fucking everything after making those potions. Oh my god. How do I want to do this? Do I want to buy some catfish and shark's fin? I guess I could just go and quickly catch the catfish I need, but I'll need to buy the shark fin or go out and catch some more sharks. But I don't think I have the... Do I have the... Ooh, I do have some eyeworm. Eyeworm and rotten finger. That's what I'll need. I have 1 eyeworm and rotten finger, but that could be enough to make this potion. Alright, let's do that then. Let's put that axolotl down. Don't need it right now. Perfect. I can... Oh, it's broken, fuck. I was really excited there for a moment. What else does this need? The rhodospores, I got fucking tons of those, I think. Where are they? Yeah, tons of rhodospores, axolotls, I got more than enough. Spiralbacks, I think I've got more than enough, yeah. Yeah, so shark fins and catfish. The catfish I'm not overly concerned about, but I know that large minnow and small tooth will get me some good shit out there. And let's see. So we're gonna do eye worm and rotten finger. And I think. Yes. I'm gonna bring that with me. Just fuck sakes. Shit's broken. I'm gonna go see. Wait, what did I need? I believe large minnow and small tooth is a catfish lure in the desert. Made a note about it. Yes. Alright, I just need to buy like one eye worm and I'll be good to go. I also need a potion.
Demonetized. Oh, ha, this isn't even YouTube.
He's down to 900 with the age fish center track. 980. Oh yeah, man, that's a good fucking price. I should just buy some. I only need one, but I do need an eye worm, which I think I also only need. Emerald major die. I think I also only need one eye worm. Two lures should be enough. Maybe I'll buy two. Two eye worms wouldn't be too bad. I think that's crazy stall right there. Nobody's selling the eye worms. Or shark fins, for that matter. I might just have to settle. I just have to settle for not selling that. 800 bucks for a shark. Fuck. I don't want to do any more fucking fishing right now, but I have to.
Alright, man.
Oh shit.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Have a good one.
Pack mule is the potion that I want to be making, though. I don't know if you can age pack mule potion, though. That's the only thing. So I need shark fin and catfish. The catfish, I can catch those pretty quickly, I think. Might be worth just buying those ones, but they're so easy to catch. Alright, fuck it. Let's go fishing. Hang on. What do I have here? Oh, I wish I had some eyeworm lures left. Fuck, I wasn't really looking for eyeworms. I went to Guild City last time. Might be worth me doing that. Of course, I'd have to come back here and make another lure, but yeah, I think it's worth it. Damn, his sharks are only 400. But one eyeworm can get me way more sharks. So I am still predominantly looking. $225. Oh fuck, we're getting to the point where it makes more sense just to buy the damn sharks. Alright, you know what? Fuck it.
a freaking hourglass.
big. My book.
What's the...
I can't get it.
Whoa! Oh my gosh. I'm guessing how it's like, yeah.
Okay, so putting that on hold for a moment. What do we need? We're making 4, so we need 8 coconut milk. I think. Not even. Only making 3. Shit. Coconut milk. 1, 2, 3. 3 clownfish, and 3 shark fins. It's gonna go in there. Water. Oh, fuck's sakes. I can only make 1 of these anyways. Fucking water toads. Am I really that fucking short on materials here? Ugh. How many water toads do I have, and how many do I need? I need 3 water toads, and three water toads, and then 6 catfish. Jesus Christ! So I need 3 water toads and 2 catfish to make 3 of these. Oh no, wait, I've got some catfish. So I just need 3 water toads. Alright, well, let's go see if we can buy some.
Oh wow, you really do
This
get
is
there.
insane.
Oh, I should have had a darkness arrow.
That sword sort of looks like a great sword.
I can't knock the arrow. Oh, there it goes. I was gonna say I should like.
Oh, whoops. God, I wish I would have checked if I needed water toads. I thought I was just good on them. Thought I had what I needed. One last chance for romance. God damn it. Oh, fuck's sakes.
Like headshots? I
Yeah,
don't think
because yeah, I'm pretty sure headshots do more damage.
no, I'm pretty sure they don't.
Anyways, once I changed my height, like It just looked like my hands were in the air and my body was normal, but I was actually very tall. I was like as tall as a giant, basically. And I could get all the headshots
What's up?
easy.
Hello.
You got some water toads I could buy off you?
Yeah.
Need
What do you want?
I need 3 of them.
What are you trying to make?
I gotta make some pack mule potions.
Give me a second.
I would be giant. Being giant is awesome. Can we go to? Do I have any? Where are all my arrows at? Oh, they're there. Arrow.
What do you want for them?
600. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Here, I can't send it to you now, but I took the screenshot, so I'll show you later. Okay?
Sweet. Thanks.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Okay. Now, are we fucking good? I think we're fucking good. Coconut milk, 6. Clownfish, 3. Sharkfin, 3. Water toad, 6. Catfish, 6. Rhodospore, 3. Axolotl, 3. Spiralback, 3. We're good. Alright. Let's make this potion. Alright. Coconut milk times 2. 1, 2. When blue. Shark fin and 2 water toads when yellow. And 2 catfish and a rhodospore when green. Two catfish and a rhodospore, then axolotl, then spiralback. Oh shit. Oh, fuck's sakes. Did I fucking missed it. Fuck's sakes. This stupid fucking clownfish, I put it in there by accident, I think. Oh no, I didn't. I'm just a fucking moron. Ay. Coconut milk, clownfish, dwarf shark. God damn it. Fucking ruined a potion. An expensive one, too. All because I panicked. That was pretty stupid. I guess it ain't potion making until you fuck up at least once. Rhodospore. This is actually one of the more tricky potions to make, just for the sake of it. The quantities it requires you to jump around the table quite a bit.